Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Nate Amato. I'm a MoveNat master trainer, online coach, and workshop leader. Today I'm going to be guiding you through a movement tutorial video. We're going to be going over the bent sit to deep squat get up. So this is what it's going to look like from the bent sit coming up into the deep squat. Okay, from the side, it's going to look like this. Boom. So that's the movement. Before we get into how to do the movement and some progressions you can take if you're not able to do it yet, let's talk about the practical purposes of it. For one, it's a way to get from the ground level to standing pretty quickly, right? So if I'm on the ground playing, eating, hanging out, whatever, and I need to get up quickly for whatever reason, I can easily and quickly stand up and take whatever action I need to. It could be playing with kids and you need to keep up with them. You're on the ground playing and all of a sudden they decide they want to walk that way or run that way. Boom, now you can join them. You can keep up. Or maybe for whatever reason, you're sitting on the ground, there's an object coming your way, you need to quickly respond, right? Catch it, throw it, run, roll, whatever. So it's a quick way to transition from ground to standing level. Now, if you don't have the ability to do this movement yet, there's some progressions you can take to build up either the mobility, the strength, or whatever it is you need to do the movement. So what you're doing, for one, so just to break it down, you're starting in this bent sit position with your legs bent. You're bringing your heels as close as you can to your bottom, and you're reaching your arms forward, bringing up your center of gravity over your feet into a deep squat position. From here you can stand or transition to any other movement. So that's what the movement is. So here are some things you might have trouble with. For one, it could be mobility. You could have trouble with the hip flexion or the knee flexion, bringing the feet in, or the ankle flexion, holding the deep squat. There's a lot of different areas you could be struggling with, so here are some things you can do for that. For one, just to get comfortable in this bent sit position, what you're going to want to do is hug your knees and start to work different positions of your spine. So you can round and flex your spine, but you can also hug your knees and pull and extend your spine, getting good hip flexion here. So if hip flexion is your issue, you can work it in this bent sit position by pulling your chest forward and really activating your whole hip and pelvis area, getting good hip flexion. Okay? And you can alternate back and forth. You can round and extend, flex and extend the spine. Okay? So this can help build up hip flexion and getting comfortable in this bent sit position. The next thing you can do is just work on getting those heels in close to your bottom. Work on the knee flexion. So bring those heels in as close as you can, right? The closer you can get your heels to your bottom, the easier it is going to be for you to get up over your feet. So bringing those heels in as close as you can, and not only close to your bottom, but also close together, right? Kind of making a V shape here. So bringing them in and reaching forward, right? If you're not able to get up over them yet, just bring them in and reach as much as you can. Just like that. And so that's going to work your knee flexion. Now for your ankle flexion, if you're not comfortably able to hold the deep squat, there are a few things you can do here. This is going to be depending on where you need help. But if you're unable to hold a deep squat without falling backwards like that, you can hold on to a weight in front of you. It could be a kettlebell, could be a rock, could be a door frame, just something to prevent you from falling backwards. And so you can hold on to this object and just move around and get comfortable in the deep squat position, right? So that's great for that. If you're comfortable with your heels elevated just slightly off the ground, but you're not able to drop them down all the way, then you can practice by elevating your heels on a 2x4 and just getting comfortable here. And this could even be with a book. And what's great about using a book is you can turn the pages and you can progress daily to getting lower and lower to the ground with your heels, right? So there's some progressions there you can use to get more comfortable in the deep squat. Now some other options, if maybe you have the mobility, right? You have the deep squat position comfortable, you have the bent sit position comfortable, but you don't have the strength to transition between the two, that transition period. Well, you can practice that at different heights. So you can start at a regular seating height with any old regular chair. You can pull your heels in, reach forward, and stand up. And if you have a nice object like this, you can progress down lower and then lower to the next one until you're almost on the ground, right? About an inch or two off the ground, and you can do the same movement. Sit in a bent sit, pull the heels in, reach forward, into a deep squat, right? So you can do the same movement, but it's going to require less strength to have your hips elevated off the ground. Well, another option is if you pretty much have everything, but you just need a little bit of momentum, or a lot of bit of momentum, you can do a rocking motion. So rocking looks like this. You can hug the knees underneath. However, just keep a nice rounded spine and rock back from the side. You can hug under to start. It helps keep your back real rounded. Tucking your pelvis underneath, tucking your chin, making a nice rocking chair motion. Like that. So you can use that motion for a little bit of momentum to get up. So you can hug knees, rock back, and then pull the heels in, reach forward, coming up into a deep squat. So if you just need some momentum, this is a great thing you can do for that. Rock back, come up, pull the heels in, reach forward, boom, there you have it. And you can slowly minimize the amount of momentum you use by making your rock smaller and slower, right? Just using less and less momentum. You can start on the ground, pull the heels in, knees in, heels down, coming up. So there are some progressions there you can use. So you have a starting position no matter where you're at, whether it's mobility, whether you need more strength, whether you need a little momentum, whatever it is, there's some options for you to practice your bent sit to deep squat get up. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys next time.